Hey guys, welcome back to the Akommo podcast. This is Jason Greenman, and today we're going to continue our interview with Richard Plain. This is part 2 of the series. We're going to talk a little bit about his background, where he's lived and worked, sales styles, thoughts on our company culture, and of course, music and streetwear, which is very dear to Rich. Hope you enjoy it, and let us know what you think. Thanks. Obviously, the purpose of this is to get to know you and the rest of the team a little bit better. So let's take a few minutes at least to get to know Richard Plain. So you go by Rich, right? At least that's what we call you in the office. I don't know what the rest of the world calls you.
Yeah, generally Rich. I've had a few people in my life call me Richard, but no, Rich is where I'm at, and that's what I'm happy with. But you can call me whatever you want. Ricardo Avion, I'm called sometimes.
Yeah, so. Ricardo, nice.
Ricardo. Yeah, Ricardo Avion.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And you hail from the UK. Which part?
From southeast London, a little town called Bromley. Well, not so little town anymore. It's been kind of swallowed up by London. And yeah, lived there all my life, and ended up moving actually over to Ibiza when I was 21. Got my first taste of the Spanish lifestyle, realized that I enjoyed it quite a lot. Went back to London, was working in a few different industries. I was an assistant to a casting director. I worked at a model agency as a booking agent. Then I first got into sales, realized that I was quite good at it. Everyone always told me, naturally you should be good at sales just because of the way you are, the way you talk, this, that, and the other. So I was like, right, well, we'll give it a go. Got into sales, did that for a while, doing something really mundane, trying to sell insurance, which I despised, to be honest. But at the time in London, I just kind of had to take any job that I could. And then once I had enough of that, I was like, right, I need a change. And 3.5 years ago, I decided Barcelona. I'd been here countless times on holiday. I had a friend living here at the time, and it just seemed like a really easy move for me to come here, and I settled in straight away, to be honest.
Yeah.
And haven't looked back since. I mean, I miss my family, I miss my friends, but nothing else from the UK really I miss, so maybe a couple of things, certain food, but nothing important. I mean, here is, I see Barcelona as my home now, for the future and for now. And yeah, that's where I'm at. And then I was lucky enough to meet you guys, and 2 years down the line, I'm still here enjoying things, weathering the storm as a team, as a family. And it's been an interesting few years since I've been here, and I'm really, really looking forward to what the future holds in Barcelona for me as well.
Yeah. In terms of Barcelona, what is it that keeps you here? What do you love about Barcelona?
I think just the lifestyle and the pace of life. When you tell people pace of life in the UK, they think that I'm having a siesta every day at 5 p.m. But that's not the case.
I know that.
But just the fact that everyone's more chilled out. I think obviously the weather has a big impact on people and how they act and how they live, and it's just a really easy place to be. There's a lot of amazing things you can do. We've got the beach on our doorstep. You've got the mountains just behind us. You can go out walking. You can just go and enjoy nature, enjoy day to day. You don't have to have plans. You can just wake up and there's something to do always. And just the international sort of lifestyle as well, with meeting people from all over the world. I love that. I'm very sociable, and I've loved a lot of people that I've met from all walks of the world that you probably would never meet unless you go and try and live somewhere else. And I recommend it to everyone that I speak to. I speak to a lot of people in the UK, and they're like, I'm sick of my job, I'm sick of this, I'm paying too much for my rent, and all of these problems. And for me to try and tell them to come here, it seems so easy, but for a lot of people it isn't. But if I could recommend anyone, would be, if you're not happy, just get up and move and give it a go. Worst case scenario is you go back in 6 months. But I think it's something that everyone should do. My sister followed suit. She's actually now living in Australia. I haven't traveled that far just yet, but she's out living in Melbourne. She loves it. So, maybe it's just something that it's in the family, maybe, you know, who knows?
Maybe, yeah.
Like, it's just something where we like to travel and experience new things, and yeah, it's a great place to be.
Well, I mean, and the truth is that, you know, our time's limited. So if you're in a situation that you don't like or you're unhappy with, it's always a good idea to consider changing that. And I think it's a really hard for some people, obviously, for different reasons. But if you really need to make those kind of changes, there's a way to do it, and you're a great example of doing that. It's a big risk, big jump. Obviously, how old were you when you moved over here?
I was 26.
Okay.
26.
Okay. So yeah, obviously if I were to do that right now at 37 with 2 kids, slightly more challenging.
Yeah, for sure.
But still possible, And I think the same thing. It's hearing that sort of mentality where I'm unhappy, I don't like what I'm doing. The answer to that is always action. Let's figure out how you can change that, right? Little steps. Yeah.
Definitely.
And obviously you are social. I mean, since you've been with us, you already have many stories where you're out in Cannes or just kind of randomly bump into people and start conversations. And I think even somebody bought you an ice cream once in Cannes. Is that right?
They did. Yeah. I was lucky enough to meet a very nice gentleman at MIPIM who saw that I was struggling to find change whilst queuing up for about 15 minutes at a really busy ice cream stand, and out of the kindness of his heart decided to buy my ice cream for me, which was a really nice touch, actually.
That's really nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I mean, these are the kind of stories that, I mean, since you've been working with us, they literally only happen to you. I
think that's been something that's been quite consistent throughout my life. I think I always seem to have these crazy situations happen. I don't know if it's that I put myself into those situations, or it's just my luck. I mean, they're not always positive, but generally, I think the positives outweigh the negatives. So, if it carries on like that, I'm going to be happy. Yeah, for sure.
I think it's you put yourself in those situations. I believe that, you know, luck is when you create opportunities for yourself. And I think, from what I've seen, like you create lots of opportunities for those things to happen. From a sales, so like your background is sales, you have quite a few things in your background. But obviously you're the sales manager at Akommo. Why don't you talk about a little bit, kind of we won't get into the weeds too much, but what makes you a good sales manager? Why do you think that you're so good at managing these accounts and you know, bringing new clients on board?
I've always, because I got into sales quite late, and I never really trained for sales when I was younger or anything. It was never something that I was thinking that I was going to get involved in. So I kind of just taught myself I taught myself by being myself. I was always, like I said before, sociable, personable, quite good at winning arguments, that kind of thing when I was younger. And those traits clearly people sort of saw as someone that could do well in sales, and everyone was just pushing me to get into that role. So I think bringing that sort of natural sales techniques into the business that we work with now in Akommo just fits quite hand in hand with how the company's run. You know, the whole idea is that we want to be an enjoyable company to our clients, and we don't need to be hard on sales because we have good products, we work well, people can see that. And we don't have, it's not one of those sort of die hard sales, do this, hit these numbers, right? You know, this is what you need to do. If you don't make these sales, you're out, this kind of thing. And I think that's how sales should work, because if you don't sell like that, you end up selling for the wrong reasons. I believe personally, I'm sure there'll be a lot of salespeople that disagree. But I think that just worked really well with how the business was run. Obviously, you, as the CEO, you were the founder, you brought up the business by being the salesperson. And I believe you work in a very similar way in terms of how you approach sales and how you speak to people.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably also why I ended up getting the job, was because you maybe saw that in our interviews and when we spoke. And I mean, yeah, it's, in terms of looking after clients, I find it really easy because I really enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And I really like the product that we sell, and I really like the event management side of what we do in terms of the sourcing the venues. You know, there's such changes day by day in terms of different cities you're working on, different clients looking for different types of events, and having that sort of flexibility to look at different aspects of the business apart from just getting clients on board, and actually now carrying it through into account management and working with them on their events it's amazing. You know, I know a lot of people, when I've done sales before, where it's just like, get them to sign, you know, making money. And we are obviously still trying to convert sales, but we're doing it in a way that we genuinely enjoy doing it, and we're helpful in terms of what we do, you know, the products we offer and the services that we offer to people. So
I totally agree with you, and you're right on point with that. I think your approach, you know, from what I've seen, is it's really like the authenticity. Like when you're on the phone with somebody, or you're meeting somebody in person, or, you know, there's no show going on. When I listen to you speaking to people, it's totally authentic. You know, you're being yourself. You're kind of treating the person on the other line, or the person that you're with, you know, as a potential friendship rather than a potential client. You know? And that's definitely has always been my style as well. You know, we are really reaching out to people because we sincerely care about helping them, not because we're trying to hit a certain number at the end of the month. And I think that comes through in the way that you communicate and speak to people, and really fits the culture of Akommo. And I mean, like, honestly, you've really helped cement that too. You know, the attitude and the personality that you bring into the office is awesome. It's I mean, we always have a good laugh every day for sure.
For sure, yeah. I think that's something that I've had since I was a kid. Yeah. Class joker all the way through until 29 years old in the office. Still the class joker.
All right. You were the kid at the back of the class throwing out the punchlines?
Yeah.
Right.
Throwing out something. Yeah.
Something. Sometimes it stuck, sometimes it didn't.
Yeah. Some people called it the class joker. Others would probably call it the class clown, but I was happy with my role.
All right.
And I still am. No, I mean, the general vibe in the office is great. I mean, everyone's really happy. Like, I've been in places before where you go to work and everyone's miserable, and we genuinely don't have that at all, you know. Yeah. And sometimes, obviously, people are down. I've had my down moments at the office, and people give you your space, but at the same time, people talk to you about it, and people try and help everyone, which it's a really nice environment, you know, to be able to work in, for sure. And I think it then passes on through people like myself, through yourself, through Julie, Sabina, speaking to clients. That general happiness is portrayed in the way that we then work with our clients, you know, and that's all comes down to how we look after each other and ourselves within the office as well, and within the company. So it all comes hand in hand, for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm very pleased with the culture that we have right now. It's such a good team, and what a blessing, especially in times like this. Just so grateful to be connected to people that you sincerely like and care about, and work with them and can share the projects. It's such a special place to be. So I mean, thank you for being a part of that and helping making that happen.
No, at all. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. And I mean, to be honest, I can imagine there's a lot of companies that are really worried about this working from home and trying to keep everyone together, because there are a lot of companies and businesses out there where maybe they're not so close, and they're very much trying to, you know, keep afloat just by everyone doing their tasks and staying, you know, keeping to themselves and working hard. But I think for us, we've already seen that we're trying to be social with each other. We're doing video calls. We're calling each other every day. And that's going to really help in the long run. I mean, we're only 5 days in, so at the moment, everything feels okay. But it's going to become really important in the next few weeks about keeping social and keeping that relationship that we've all got with each other in the workplace strong.
Yep.
So it keeps the business strong, because I think it is a really important foundation of any business, for sure.
Definitely. Well, I think that's good. We're going to try to keep these fairly short and quick. I think we've been going for about half an hour now, which I think is a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's flown by. Yeah. We could keep going for hours. We'll see if people want us to go on for hours. I doubt it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
We can always do it again. But maybe before we go, we try to get a couple more just quick questions, kind of interview style, quick hits, to get to know you a little bit more. We didn't talk about this, so don't be shocked. How about, I mean, in the office, you're kind of the music guy. So what are you listening to right now?
Wow, what am I listening to right now? I mean, to be honest, it's going to sound really sad, but I literally listen to my Squadron Chill playlist. That is curated by myself and my two good friends, Dan and George.
Nice.
And on that, we've got a whole array.
Can we share that list?
Yeah, it's a public playlist. Yeah, it's a public playlist. Okay. But yeah, I'm listening to anything and everything at the moment.
And what's on that? Like, what kind of music is on there?
You've got a lot of like UK hip hop, UK grime. Okay. Listening to a lot of like Anderson .Paak. I've actually been listening to Gene Aiko's new album a lot, which is like super chill.
Okay.
That came out, I think, pretty recently, maybe last week.
Nice.
And yeah, just it's a whole array of different things. There's a few like house tunes on there. There's even a bit of drum and bass. Okay. But yeah, I like a lot of different types of music, and I quite easily flip between the two. When I work out, I'm listening to a lot of like heavy UK grime, so like Skepta, Gigs.
UK grime, huh?
UK grime, yeah, which for a lot of people probably doesn't even make sense. But if they want to investigate a little bit, if they want to investigate UK grime on Spotify, then
all right. Well, maybe we can post. We'll post that list somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. Maybe we can have like show notes or something and post that somewhere so people can check it out.
Yeah, let's do it.
How about maybe talk to us a little bit about your. Because in the office as well, you always have the best shoes. So maybe you can speak a little bit about shoes.
About shoes. Okay. Well, this is a problem. My mum would call it, that I've had since I was young, where I impulsively buy any nice pair of trainers that I see, regardless of whether I have money or not.
All right.
And that's kind of carried through from when I was about 16 up until present day. I mean, I've actually had to just turn down buying a fresh pair of trainers that I saw online, the Nike React Vision triple blacks that they released today. And I was like, on a normal day, I'll definitely go and buy these. But right now, in this current climate, I said no, which I was pretty proud of, actually. I was tempted.
Done. Yeah.
I mean, I even got as close to like the checkout with them in
really
with them. Yeah. I had them in the cart and everything, and I was like, no, can't do it. So that was a good step for me. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan. To be honest, I just wear a lot of Nike. I really liked the new Reacts, the Reacts that they brought out last year, and all the different interpretations of those. I like my collabs. I've got some Nike neighborhoods. I've got the Nike Sakai's coming, which my friend is sending over from the UK, which I'll show you when we're back in the office.
Yeah. We're getting deep into the weeds now with that. Huh? Again, maybe we can share some links so people know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm a big sneakerhead. Yeah, I like my trainers for sure.
Awesome. And then finally, the other thing that you're known for is you're a bit of a foodie, kind of like the rest of us in the office. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about maybe your favorite style of food and maybe one of your favorite restaurants in Barcelona that people can check out.
Right. Favorite restaurant at the moment is Rabata on Enrique Granados. It's a Japanese.
How do you spell that?
Rabata, Robata.
Okay.
It's a Japanese kind of tapasy style restaurant. It's open all day, so they're open for lunch. They don't close like most restaurants in Barcelona throughout the sort of siesta period. And it's just a Japanese restaurant that does really, really good food. And they do some crazy sticky chicken wings that I could literally eat every day. And it's super hard to get a reservation. So we were lucky enough to get, it was our last meal before lockdown. We went there Friday night. So
nice.
Yeah, to the forefront of my mind.
Well, it's a nice last memory to have before everything closed up. Huh?
For sure. Now, to be honest, I've been eating good. We've been cooking here. My girlfriend happens to be probably the best cook I know, which is super handy, and she's really
convenient.
enjoying.
Yeah,
super convenient. Yeah, I'm trying to be helpful, but I'm not a very good sous chef. So, but yeah, she's smashing it at the moment. Nice, so yeah, we're living good for now. We're living good.
I think maybe the silver lining as well for all of this is that we're all going to be saving a lot of money. Like we've got nothing to spend our money on. So cooking at home, trying to entertain ourselves, chatting on WhatsApp. It's all free stuff. It's all free stuff.
It's all free. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my phone away from me, to be honest, for a bit more, because for the last few days I've been on it way too much, and I think a lot of people I've spoke to have been doing the same, so it's like need to separate that a little bit, and because otherwise you could literally just sit around scrolling through silly things. I think you're a big fan of TikTok, no?
We don't need to go into that. I mean, I know TikTok. I know of TikTok, it. I know of it. All right. Yeah, I do. And trying to experiment with my kids and make some cool TikToks. I've been on TikTok for months. It does. Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah, for sure.
A 37-year-old on TikTok is not the best. Is not the best look yet. It's coming. I promise.
Maybe. Trendsetter.
Exactly. I'm way ahead of the curve, man. Way. Well, cool, man. This has been fun. This is the first attempt at our podcast. I think we managed to not make a mess of it. So, see what everybody's feedback is. But thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.
Cool, man. All right. We'll speak soon.
Speak soon.
So that wraps up episode number 2 of the Akommo podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening. That was Richard Plain from the Akommo team. We'll be putting out 1 episode per week, so please stay tuned, follow our page, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.